Hi, I'm Jordan, and today we're going to be looking at how to remove orange peel from freshly painted panels. So to do that, we're going to be using some Freichler G-Sand discs today with a DA. So we're going to be starting off with some 1500, which is these ones, and we're going to be following up the grades to 2000 and then up to 3000, which is the Trizact. So I'll show you the orange peel and we'll go through the process of how to remove it. So removing orange peel can be quite a tedious task, and not all of us really enjoy flattening polishing at the best of times. So flattening polishing orange peel can be probably one of the worst jobs that we've got to do. So today we're going to be looking at how to remove the orange peel an easy way. So we're going to be using the DA. So what we're going to do, I just want to show you the orange peel on paper as it looks as if we was to zoom right in as a horizontal view. So if we was to look at orange peel, it would be something like this. So this is a horizontal view of that orange peel. Now, we obviously don't want this finish. Even on a manufacturer's finished car, we don't want this orange peel this bad. So if we was to get a manufacturer's finish, it'll be something like this. And this finish is acceptable. So what we don't want to do is flat this orange peel back and end up getting tops what are flat, like this. So if we was using a block and we get rid of that orange peel so much, you're going to get a horrible orange peely look where you can tell it dips in when the finish is too shiny, so it almost goes like this across your panel. And that's not what you want. So we're going to be using the DA. This helps prevent this. If the orange peel is really, really bad, it's kind of hard to try and get that manufacturer's finish back. So, but a DA with a soft pad, it's better than using a block, because a block's obviously it's flatter, so you're going to get this because it's going to remove the tops of the orange peel. So we'll take a look at the orange peel on the door now, and then we'll go into some detail about how to remove it using the DA and then polishing it up after. Right, so here's our panel. As you can see around this area here, you can see that it's quite orange peely, and I'll just show you a picture now as a close-up just to show you how actually bad it is, because you can't really see it that much on camera. Right, so we've got a DA and we've also got a soft pad on this DA as well. Because we're going to be flattening a panel with the DA and it's a curved panel, we don't want to use it without a soft pad because you're probably going to dig into your curves as well. So just put a soft pad on and it'll help keep it nice and soft to the panel, so when you are moving it's going to go with the contours of the panel. Right, so we've got our Freichler P1500 disc on now, and we're going to DA this dry as well. We don't need any water with it, so all we're going to do is just go over our area. So what you also want to make sure is, while you're DAing it using these discs, keep it nice and clean, get a microfiber and make sure you remove all that dust what's on your panel. Right, so we'll have a close-up of the orange peel and I'll just show you how bad it is. Right, so that's our 1500 on the DA, and all we're going to do now is go over this with the 2000 on the DA now to try and help reduce the scratches what's in the panel of the 1500. So when you're removing orange peel like this on a panel, it's definitely a good idea to make sure you control how much orange peel you remove from the panel, because you can easily take too much out and you'll end up getting that glass finish. So if you're wanting to replicate that original manufacturer's finish, just be careful you don't take too much off, because you will get that glass finish straight away, and obviously there'll be no way to get it back other than re-lacquering it again. So all we're going to do now is just go over it with the P2000 just to remove the P1500 marks, and then we'll go over it with our P3000 Trizact. Right, so that's the panel with P2000 on. So what we're going to do now is get our P3000 with some water, and then we're going to go over that to then further remove the P2000 marks that we've just put in. Right, so we've got our P3000 on our DA now, and all we're going to do is connect it up, and we're going to spray some clean water on the panel and just make sure it's nicely lubricated while we're using the P3000. So all we're going to do is spray some water. If you've got a spray bottle, use it out of the spray bottle instead of dunking it in a dirty bucket of water. Right, so that's our P3000 what we've just used. So we're going to give it a dry now. Again, I always keep the microfiber on side just for wiping water off. And there we go, we'll get a close up of that. You can see where the lacquer's gone from matte to semi-matte. You can see a bit of shininess in it now. So when you get that sort of effect, you can tell you've used a P3000. So hopefully that's going to make our polishing a little bit easier. So what we'll do, we'll get a close up of this finish just to show you what it looks like, and then we'll start with the polishing process. Right, so we've got our panel all flattered down ready. So we've gone over it with the 1500 on DA, then we followed it with the P2000, and then we went over it with the P3000. So this panel is now ready for polishing. It's free from the orange peel. Again, we've only done just this little bit. I don't want to do the whole door because I don't want the video to drag on. So we're going to be using the Frecler G3 Ultra first. We're going to need to do this twice, followed by one of the fine, and then hopefully the finish should be back to how it should be. So put a bit of compound on your panel, rub it in with your pad, and then we'll start the polishing process. Right, so we've gone over it once with our G3 Ultra, so we'll just give it a wipe down and give it a good check over just to see where we're actually at. There we go, so this is just the first time we've gone over it with the G3 Ultra. So now we've cleaned it all off, we can see whereabouts we're at. So I'm going to go over it once more with the G3 Ultra, and then we'll see where we're at with that. We might need to go over it once more because we have gave it a really good flat this time. If you was just nibbing or using 2000 wet and dry, you probably would only need to just use your G3 Ultra twice, but we may need it once more, we'll see. So we'll go over it once more, and then we'll see where we're at after then. Right, so we've just gone over it once more with the G3 Ultra. There we go, so the finish isn't too bad. Like I said, we have given it a bit of some depth, so because we've DA'd it with the 1500, 2000 and 3000, there is a few little hazes around here that I want to get rid of, so I'm just going to go over it once more with the G3 Ultra, and then we'll follow on with the G3 Fine as well after that. So this is the third time I've gone over the panel with the G3 Ultra. So we've had to go over it 3 times because we have gave it a lot of sanding. So, and this is probably another downfall for getting orange peel on your panels. If you've got just 1 or 2 panels on your car which is severely orange peely, like this one, then yes, it might be alright to polish it. But if it's a full side of a car or more, it might be worth just DAing it down with 1000 and re-lacquering it, because it's going to save you time polishing wise, and it will probably be quicker in the long run just to re-lacquer the whole job, and hopefully then you'll come out with a decent finish. So we've gone over this with the G3 Ultra, and all we're going to go over it now with is the G3 Fine, and that'll be with the waffle head as well, just to further polish it out, get it a bit more shinier. It's looking alright at the moment, so I'll just go over it with the G3 Fine, and then we'll see what it looks like from there. Right, so we've got our G3 Fine waffle pad. And we've got our G3 Fine compound. You don't need too much of this really. That should do. And all we're doing is just rub it in with your pad over your area. And with this, I like to turn the speed of the machine down a little bit as well. Just personal preference really. So when you're using this waffle pad, it's a good idea to make sure you keep your pad flat as well when you're polishing, and don't keep it on its side, because you're not using the full potential of the waffle pad. Right, so at this point, this will be a good time to use our fast inspection spray. So we're going to spray this over our freshly polished panel, and this is going to strip all the compounds and fillers out of the panel, because again, we don't want those fillers in the panel, because in a few weeks the customer's going to bring this job back and it's going to have flatting marks all over it. So we need to put this on, and if there are any flatting marks left on here, we can sort them out now rather than the customer bringing the job back later. There we go, just a good visual inspection just to make sure everything's alright. I can't see anything what's come back major, everything looks nice. I'll just get another clean microfiber just to go over this area, just to get rid of the haziness of the leftover inspection spray, and then we'll have a close-up. And there we go, there's the area where we've polished to remove the orange peel. Obviously on this job I've made it so it is like glass, because it's hard to see on the camera of the orange peel. So if you just look up here where we've not actually polished it, try and get a shot. There we go, you can see the slight, or you can see the orange peel there. Right, so that is the full process of removing orange peel the easy way. You can use different alternative methods of removing the orange peel, but this is the one I find the easiest. It's the best for using the DA. Just recapping, we've used the P1500 on the DA first, followed by the P2000 on the DA, and then we went over with the P3000. So we've stuck with the Frekler brand for this job. We've used the G3 Ultra followed by the Fine. We didn't use the finish because it's not a dark colour really, and until I take it outside and see if there's any swirl marks, there's no need to use it really. And we also used the fast inspection spray, so that ensured that there was no flatting marks left over on the panel, because again we don't want customers bringing back the jobs later down the line because there's flatting marks. So on whole, the job's come out quite nice. I've given it a glass finish on this one just to try and show you guys the finish we can get from it. So it is fairly quick. The video, I've tried to go in a bit more in depth on the video, so hope you enjoy it. Thanks.